All right, we're recording. Welcome everyone to another edition of Ask Mark Anything. Let me turn this timer off so that I'm not interrupted during this video. My name is Mark Fuller. This is Team Alliance, and this is another edition of the Ask Mark Anything question and answer Q&A video series. This is a very good question that has been asked, I would say on occasion. I guess people who actually come through Team Alliance training will become curious because they see that this actually transpires quite often, actually. But anyway, let me go ahead and shoot over to the question. And the question goes like this. I've noticed that some students leave the group and come back. Why do they leave? And what brings them back to training? So basically, why do people leave? Why do people come into training and then leave and then come back into training? And that's an excellent question. First and foremost, it's important to understand the way that our training is structured. For one, if you're really looking to trade as a career, as a professional, you are going to have to dedicate your time and commit a level of your time to training. It's literally just that simple. Think about it in terms of someone going to school to become a surgeon. And I'm using surgeon as an example because a surgeon is required to be precise with their activity, with the way that they, from the way that they handle their tools to being able to identify what they're operating on, to be able to know the exact spot, the exact location of where the surgery is to take place. They literally have to be surgical, right? So the level of precision that is required for that is extremely high. You don't train to become a surgeon and you treat it lackluster. You have to train literally as if you're training for something that you're going to be doing that's going to save someone's life. Like, it's the difference between saving someone and not saving someone simply because of what you're doing with your hands. That's the level of precision that's required. Okay. And I'm using that as an example because the same level of precision is required when it comes to trading if you want to trade profitably long term over time. Okay, so I hope that kind of makes sense to you. With that being said, people who don't understand that is required of them if they are to be doing what we're doing as their career or full time or just, doing it profitably, just trading in the market and being consistently profitable long term over time. Until you realize that you are not going to, let me rearrange things a little bit. One of two things is going to happen. You're going to discover that and it's going to be too much for you, right? And you're going to leave the training, or you're going to discover that and you'll feel that you can do it. And now the test of time becomes what you have to deal with, because if you feel that you can do it, you know that remaining in the training is what is the only thing that's going to allow you to consistently stay on top of what the market is doing, because we're dealing with the market. It's not like you're learning a strategy. It's not like you're learning one thing to do and that's all you have to learn. When you train to understand the market and its behavior and the way that it moves, you're training for life. That's not something that you just come into one time, get some information, and then you're off. You know, go on about your business, live life happily ever after, and win all of your trades. It's just not what goes on, you know. So the way that our training is set up is in a way where we understand that because it's ongoing, this is not something that you're just going to come into and learn one time and then, you know, you go off about your business. Because of that, it's priced low. It's only $35 a month, right? Which is totally affordable for the average person who wants the opportunity to actually learn a skill that will last them for a lifetime. And that's what it is that Team Alliance offers. So the reason that people come into training and leave is because they either don't understand, or that dude right there looked just like Gary Vaynerchuk in the face. That is crazy. I thought that was him walking. If that ain't him, oh my goodness. He got a twin. But anyway, so it's important that you understand that training is what is required. Okay? When people realize that they're going to have to train, you know, indefinitely, they are either going to quit. And some of them, when they quit, they're quitting what they're thinking is something that is like, I guess, an expense or a burden for them. Some people will look at training like, well, you know, I got the information that I need, and now I can go off on my own and do it. And that's fine. But what they soon find out is that they can't do it by themselves, and that they need the ongoing training that we provide. They come right back. So people come and go. And the people who I would say are going to be in the best position the fastest are those who just stay put. Like, you come in training and you just remain in training. You take it serious. You know, you attend the live trainings when you can. You watch the training videos all the time. And you really soak up the constant flow of knowledge and the repetitive information that we go over all the time. This is how you're going to become the best at what we do. If you're not doing that, then it's going to take you longer to get to where you need to be in order for your skill level to meet up with what your desire is, as far as what you're looking for from the training and from the skill. If you're looking to create full-time income, your level of training has got to be high. You can't come into training, train for 1 month and think that that's enough, or, you know, come into training, put it on hold, and then come back to it later. When you come back to it later, you might as well just be starting all over again. So this is the type of dynamic that goes on when people come into training and leave and then come back. A lot of times they'll leave and, you know, for example, let's say that you come into training, you see what it is that you're dealing with as far as learning the market and understanding how to interpret the market, etc. And you realize, oh shit, this is kind of a lot. It might be a lot for you. It might be overwhelming for you. And you may feel like you can't do it, or whatever the case may be. You might think that there's just something out there that's easier for you to do. Make sense? So if that's the case, you'll leave. You'll go out, do whatever it is that you feel might be easier than learning how to trade for yourself and acquiring the skill, and realize that it ain't easy out there at all. That everything else out there that you're probably going to run into and try requires that you sell something, requires that you recruit people. It just requires a lot of you that you're not really willing or even desire to do. So what do? Well, I can always learn how to trade. Maybe I'll get back into training and actually take it seriously this time. back you come. So I'm really just breaking down what goes on. This is what happens with people. It's not me making it up. This is what people tell me when they come back into training. Mark, I know I left training, but this time I'm actually going to commit and take it serious because I really want to learn this skill. That's what it's here for. You got to realize the market ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. I trade full time. Enrico trades full time. We don't have nowhere to go. You understand? It's this, and that's it. This is what we do. We do it very well. We're successful at it. We trade at the professional level, but we're teaching ordinary, regular people how to do the same thing. And that is not something that's just cut and dry and easy and simple to do. It requires, on our part, breaking down what we actually do in a way that's comprehensive for you, for the average person to understand. I got a 10-year-old. I need to break it down so he understands. If he don't get it, you ain't gonna get it. Because when it comes to information and to knowledge, your mind has to be open. First and foremost. Secondly, it has to be broken down in a simple way for the average person to understand, because that's how the average person thinks. The average person is not thinking complicated and difficulty. They're thinking simple, clear cut. How do I understand? How am I going to get this? That's the way that we break the training down. That's the way that I break down things when I teach. So hopefully that was a good answer to that question. It's a very good question. And, there's a number of things that'll bring people back into training. But I know one thing is for certain. Those who commit to the training are going to do extremely well with this, because it's only a matter of time. It's just like being exposed to something all the time, every day. Eventually, it just works. It's going to work for you. It's impossible for it not to, if that's all you're surrounding yourself with on a daily basis. So if you train daily, it's just a matter of time before you get it. And then you actually put yourself in position to apply it and to execute day in and day out. Now you're at the point where it's like, oh man, I'm going to do well with this, because I'm learning how to actually remain disciplined and just apply the training day in and day out. So anyway, you guys can reach out to me if you want to get into training. All the links will be underneath this video if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, just send me a friend request. Let me know that you want to get into training with us. You could always find this on YouTube. If you type in hashtag Team Alliance into Google, you'll see videos pop up, that I've done. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, of course, videos all over YouTube. Just reach out. Not hard to find at all. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Those of you looking to join us in training, see you in training soon. All of our existing students, just remain steadfast. The light bulbs they're going to just keep coming on. Chain reaction. It's never going to stop. All right. Mark Fuller, ask Mark anything. Oh, and definitely those of you that have questions, you can, post your question underneath the video. Engage on Facebook. However you can reach me, get in contact with me, email me, call me, 914-979-2317. That number is text only, however. Okay. But you got questions, ask them. I'm here to answer, here to help. So we'll talk to you soon. Peace.